Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurvinitanjena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitanyena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sagrajata Sagana Raghunathavitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakapatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So let's start with our shloka citations.
I'll start, Prabhu.
Yes, please go ahead, Mata.
9:30, 9:40, 9:22, right?
Yes.
Okay. 9:13. Mahatmanastu mamparta daivim prakritim ashritaha Bhajantyana manaso gyatva bhutadim avayam. Translation: O son of Pita, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. 9.14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantas chadrithavrataha namashantas chamam bhaktya Nityayukta upasite. Translation: always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. 9.22. Ananyas chintayanto mam yajana paripasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga shemam vahamyaham. Translation: but those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I care what they lack and I preserve what they have. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Want to go next?
I'll go, Prabhu.
Yeah, very good.
Mahatmanastu mampartha daivim prakritimashitaha bhajantyanya manaso gnatva bhutadimavyayam. Translation: O son of Pita, those who are not deluded, the great souls, under the protection of divine nature, they are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original and inexhaustible. Text 14. Satatam कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तस्य दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्त्यस्य भक्त्या नित्ययुक्तस्य upasate. Translation: always chanting my glories with endeavoring with the great determination, bowing down before me. These souls perpetually worship me with great devotion. Next 22. Ananya chet ananya cheta yento mam ye jana parupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Translation: but these souls,
but those who always worship me.
But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, transcendent.
Meditating on my transcendental form.
One second, Prabhuji. Again, translation. Those who are
those who always worship me with exclusive
those who
devotions.
always worship me with exclusive devotion, chanting my transcendental forms.
To them, I carry what they lack.
Yeah, them I can carry what they lack, and I preserve what they have.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. You try, very good. Next, Mother Mega.
9.13 Prabhu. Mahatmana stumam parta daividim prakriti ashtitaha bhajante ananyamanaso Nyatva Bhujadim Avyayam. O son of Partha, those who are not deluded are the great souls. They are under the protection of my divine nature because they are fully engaged in the devotional service, because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original, inexhaustible. That's it, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. So, Mother Angel is having toothpain. Oh, you want to try?
I try, Prabhu.
Oh, sorry, eh?
I tried. 9.13 Mahasmanastu Mamparta Mahasmanastu Mamparta Daivam Pakritin Ashritaha Bhajanti Ananya Manaso Janatva Bhutharima Vyayam. Translation: Usanubrita, those who are not deluded, the great souls are under the protection of divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Lord, original and inexhaustible. 9.14 Satatam Kirtayantu Mam Satatam Kirtayantu Mam Yatanyascha Druda Brataha Namasyantas Mam Bhaktya Nityayukta
Pashati.
Nityayukta Upasati. Translation: always worship always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bow down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. 9.22 Ananya Sintayantu Mam Yujana Parayupasati. What next?
Tesam nityam biyuktanam.
Pasati Tisham Nityabhayuktanam Yoga Tisham Bahmi Aham. Translation: for those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Hare Krishna, I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. I think from tomorrow, not tomorrow, there's public holiday, and day after tomorrow, there's public holiday. So we resume again after the new year. Okay. So I think from the new year, we should start with 922. 922. Only 922. So one verse is okay, so that it will be easier for you. Okay. 3 verses is a little bit bigger, like, oh, what is the next? What is the next? It's too much. One verse is okay at once. One verse, okay? So from the new year, we start with one verse, 922. We start with 922. Okay, so we can meditate on that, entering the new year. Very good. Okay. Yeah, so Mother Tripura and Mother Shai, do you want to recite or we should continue? Because time is going.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I'll recite.
Please, go
Sorry
ahead.
for the disturbance with the
Yes.
background. We are
Yes,
outside.
please go ahead, no problem.
9.13. Okay. Mahatmanastu mam parta daivim prakritim ashrita bhajantanyaya manaso gnatvam bhutadim avyayam. Translation: O son of Partha, The great, those who are not deluded, the great souls are under the protection of the divine nature. They are always fully engaged in the devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original and inexhaustible. 9.14. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatantascha Dridavritah Namasyancha Mam Bhaktyam Nitya Yukta Upasate. Translation: always chanting my glories, endeavor with great determination, going down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. 9.22. Ananyascintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Translation. Translation. But for those who always worship me with great exclusive devotion and meditate on my transcendental form, I carry what they like and preserve what they have. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Next, somebody want to recite, so we'll continue. We have 4 minutes, man. Okay. So let's continue from where we stopped last week.
Bhavani!
Who's chanting Bhavani? Okay, Hare Krishna. Please, let's continue from where we stopped. Mother Nikki, want to summarize?
Okay, Prabhu, my notes, they're not very much, but I'll try. Okay. For 923, the focus was avidhi purvakam, right? Worshipping in a wrong way. So the devotees of other gods that worship them with faith actually still worships Krishna indirectly, but they do so in a wrong way. So just like before, we discussed the 3 kinds of worshippers, the Ekatweva, the Pritaktweva, Ekatwena, Pritaktwena, and Vishwatuhukam. So these 3 kinds of worshippers, although they are indirectly worshiping Krishna, they're doing it in a wrong way, right? They should just directly worship Krishna instead of doing other kinds of worship. So for the purport, Srila Prabhupada said that the demigods are like the officers and directors of the government of the Supreme Lord. And these officers and directors are engaged as representatives of the government. And to offer them some bribe is illegal. So offering to the demigods is illegal. In other words, Krishna does not approve the unnecessary worship of the demigods. Just like as you mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are devotees who worship Lord Shiva or other deities to get to Krishna. So these are the things that are considered avidhi purvakam. You're worshiping in the wrong way. Now for 9.24, it says here that Krishna says that he is the only enjoyer, the master of all the sacrifices. And those who doesn't recognize this as his true nature fall down. That is why we connected this to 5.29, that Krishna is the ultimate beneficiary of sacrifices and austerities. Again, here in 924, Krishna is stressing that we shouldn't worship the demigods. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada gave an analogy in one of the previous verses, right? We connected it to this verse, that if you want to water a tree, pour the water directly to the roots, not to the branches of the tree. By pouring water to the roots, all of the branches and the fruits will be nourished automatically. Similarly, when we worship Krishna, all of the demigods and other living entities will be satisfied also or automatically. Okay. For 9.25, I'm not going to read this because we've covered this quite a few times before, Prabhu, right? Basically, the main thought in 9.25 is you go to whatever or whoever you worship. That's it. Okay. For 926, it says here, Krishna said that if one offers him with love and devotion, even a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, he will accept these. So the most important Sanskrits here are the word bhaktya, right? It was mentioned twice, bhakti. So you need to offer Krishna with devotion, with bhaktya. And of course, you have to be in pure consciousness or ashnami prayatat manaha. Okay? That is why you gave us the story of the boy who offered food to Krishna And he was telling Krishna that if you don't eat this offering, my father will beat me. So you have to eat it. So Krishna ultimately eats the food. I will not retell the story, but here, so we were saying that Krishna is this, in the spiritual world, is being served by thousands and thousands of Lakshmi. So he doesn't need our service or offerings, right? But when we offer something, or when we offer prasad to Krishna with love and devotion, he will accept it wholeheartedly. And also, we mentioned that you mentioned that Srila Prabhupada is like a Paramhamsa. Is that it? Paramhamsa. Mm-hmm. So Srila Prabhupada, because of his his level, he doesn't have to offer the food to Krishna. While preparing the food, he's already thinking of Krishna in his heart. So there's no need to offer. But we cannot do this, as we cannot practice this because we're not in his level yet. So we need to offer our food with love and devotion still. That's it, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. I'm really very grateful. Actually, the last one you mentioned, I mentioned about the story where Prabhupada took his disciple to his godbrother, and his godbrother was offering food. And he was cooking. And after cooking, he started serving the devotees. And the devotees were looking at themselves like, this is not how Prabhupada taught us, like he's supposed to offer the food. Then Prabhupada give them sign to eat, Then later Prabhupada explained to them that, he's a Paramahamsa, pure devotee of Krishna. Even as he's going to buy the food stuff, cooking the food stuff, everything is fully, he was always thinking of Krishna. So like that. So thank you very much. So let's continue from where we stopped. So today we continue from text 27. So now Krishna already explained to us that only what he wants is pure devotion, Kevala Bhakti. Kevala Bhakti means pure devotion, unalloyed. Prabhupada used the word unalloyed. Unalloyed means pure iron, no mixture, unalloyed. Kevala Bhakti. So Krishna explained this Kevala Bhakti in 926. But in 927, he reconsidered again that I'm telling them, I'm explaining that I'm easy to obtain by pure unalloyed devotion, but there are people who are not on that level yet. Arjuna, I don't think you're on that level yet. Arjuna is on that level. Krishna was giving an example, So since not everybody is on that level of pure unalloyed devotion, Kevala Bhakti or Ananya Bhakti, then I should give other people opportunity to engage in devotional service also. So in that way, Krishna explained Kama Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, and Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, and Yoga Mishra Bhakti. So in text 27, Krishna explains further by telling Arjuna, let's read it, then we'll continue from there. 27. Yat karosi yasnasi yajusi dadasiya yatapasya sikamteya tat kurusya madarpanam. So now from the next year, you start reciting 922 and 927, only 2 verses. Because this one is very simple. Okay? Yat karosi yasnasi yajusi dadasiya yatapasya sikamteya tat kurusya madarpanam. Okay, very sweet. I memorized this verse very fast because it's very nice. So here Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerity you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So here Krishna is explaining about whatever you do, karma yoga, karma mishra bhakti, whatever you eat, and whatever offer or give away, that is karma mishra, whatever austerity, karma yoga mishra bhakti, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering unto me. So Krishna is asking that we should offer the result of all the activity, all the knowledge, austerity, everything we should offer to him, because not everybody is on the platform of pure unalloyed devotion. So Krishna, like I say, Krishna is not a fanatic God. I don't know where fanaticism is coming into religion. God is a broad-minded person. All encompasses all. You know, he encourages everyone to come to him in whatever way they can. It's not like it's either this or no way. No. Whatever level you are, you cannot see approach me. I'm approachable. That is Krishna's way of encouraging all his creature, all the living entity. It's not like, oh, if you cannot do this, then you are going to hell. No, that is not God. That is not the God I serve. The God I'm serving is a very merciful and compassionate God. He allows everyone to come to him according to their level of realization, according to their level of understanding, according to their level of advancement in spirituality. He allows everyone. So in this verse, confirms that. Okay, so let's read the purport and listen to Prabhupada's explanation.
Okay.
Who is reading? No one to read?
I'll read, Prabhu.
Yes, Lakshmi Mata.
Thus, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. Everyone has to work for maintenance of his body and soul together. And Krishna recommends here in that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me, and this is called arcana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me, and this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna consciousness movement. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to the meditational process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra round his beds, he is surely the greatest meditator and greatest yogi as substantiated by the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Hare
Thank you very
Krishna.
much. Thank you very much. So yeah, Krishna, Prabhupada is explaining the same thing. It's the duty of everyone to do what? To mold his life in such a way that we never forget Krishna in any circumstances. What is the golden rule of Krishna consciousness? We mentioned it before. What is the golden rule of Krishna consciousness? Somebody want to remind us?
Always remembering Krishna and never forgetting him.
Yeah, so always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. That is our golden rule. Thank you very much. Yeah, Krishna, Prabhupada is just saying the same thing. We should mold our life in such a way that we will never forget Krishna in any circumstance. How you do that is your headache. How you do that is your headache. Somehow or the other, mold your life in such a way that you always remember Krishna, whatever you do. That is the goal of our life. That's why Krishna is mentioning here, Yat Karosi, Ya Asnasi, Ya Juhosi. Dadasiya, Ya Tapasya Sekunteya Matkurusan Harpanam. See, Krishna is saying, Ya Karosi, whatever you do, Ya Juhosi, whatever you eat, offer. Ya Asnasi, whatever you eat, Dadasiyat, Ya Tapasya Sekunteya, whatever austerity you perform, that Kurusan Marapanam, you should offer it to me. If you try to learn those words, it's easier for you to memorize. When you learn those words, Yat karosi means karoti, to do. Karosi, you do. Karosi, yasnasi, to eat what you eat. Yajusi, that's yat. Ashnasi means to eat. You eat. Yajusi. Josi means you offer. Dadasi, you give away. Dadasi. Sanskrit, you give away. Yata pasyasi, whatever austerity you perform. O son of Kunti, this is an offering unto me, Krishna is saying. So, the beginning of the Papa is saying, we should mold our life in such a way that we will never forget Krishna. That is our business. That is our goal in Krishna consciousness. There is nowhere Krishna is saying that don't work, come and meditate. Don't do this, don't do that. Go do your work, do your daily activities. But make sure you never forget Krishna. You see, that is it. Once you understand this, this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Once you understand this, you understand Bhagavad Gita. To always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. See, so one of our acharyas, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, explained this verse that Krishna says, you should offer to me, means that before you start the activity, it should be offered to Krishna. Not after the activity, then you now offer it the remnant. No. Means that before you start, you say, Krishna, this is for you. You know, I'm offering this to you. Then you start the activity. Means that we should pray before we start our work or whatever we do, our studies and everything. Krishna, I'm doing this for you. Whatever we are doing, we should offer it to Krishna. You see? Like, for example, if somebody is a good singer, before you start singing, in your mind, you say, Krishna, this is for your pleasure. Offer it to Krishna. You see? Before you start, whatever you are doing, singing, washing, cooking, Krishna, I'm doing this for your pleasure. Before you start, think in your mind, offer it to Krishna. Think of Krishna before you start. In that way, Krishna will be very pleased with you. So this is what Krishna is telling for those who cannot engage in pure unalloyed devotion, who cannot offer in Ashnami Prayatatmana. Those who cannot offer something to Krishna in Ashnami Prayatatmana with pure consciousness, means they are not pure devotee. Okay. So that was the first one, was explanation of pure devotee, just like explaining Anaya Chitaya to Mam. But here is for those who are not on that level. Those who still want to walk and maintain themselves, grihastas. Some people want to cultivate knowledge attached to that. Some people want to perform austerity, yoga. Yes, but make sure you offer it to Krishna. In that way, you attain perfection also, Krishna said. So let's go to the next verse. We see what Krishna tell about those who are offering this activity to him, what will happen to them. Okay, let's continue. Then Krishna says in text 28, Shubha Shubha Falameva Mukshasi Karma Bandana Sayansa Yoga Yotatma Vimukto Ma Mupasyasi. What happened? In this way, you'll be free from bondage to work and its auspiciousness, auspicious and inauspicious result. With your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. So ultimately, you will be liberated and come to Krishna. Because why? When you offer the result of your activity to Krishna, you'll be free from the auspicious and inauspicious result of that work. That is why we should offer our activity to Krishna. Very, very important to take note of this. Okay? Someone want to read the purport?
I'll read, Prabhu.
Yes, please.
One who acts in Krishna consciousness under superior direction is called Yukta. The technical term is Yukta Vairagya. This is further explained by Rupa Goswami as follows. Anasakyasya visayan yatarham upayunjataha nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam viragyam uchayate. Bhakti Rasmatra Sindhu 1.2.255. Rupa Goswami says that as long as we are in this material world, we have to act. We cannot cease acting. Therefore, if actions are performed and the fruits are given to Krishna, then that is called Yukta Vairagya. Actually situated in renunciation, such activities clear the mirror of the mind, and as the actor gradually makes progress in spiritual realization, he becomes completely surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, at the end, he becomes liberated, and this liberation is also specified. By this liberation, he does not become one with Brahma Jyotir, but rather enters into the planet of Supreme Lord. It is clearly mentioned here, Mam Upasye, he comes to me, back home, back to the Godhead. Therefore, there are 5 different stages of liberation, and here it is specified that the devotee who has always lived his lifetime here under the direction of Supreme Lord, as stated, has evolved to the point where he can, after quitting this body, go back to Godhead and engage directly in the association of the Supreme Lord. Anyone who has no interest but to dedicate his life to the service of the Lord is actually a sannyasi. Such a person always thinks of himself as an eternal servant, dependent on the supreme will of the Lord. As such, whatever he does it for the benefit of the Lord. Whatever action he performs it as service to the Lord. He does not give serious attention to the fruitive activities or prescribed duties mentioned in the Vedas. For ordinary persons, it is obligatory to execute the prescribed duties mentioned in the Vedas. But although a pure devotee who is completely engaged in the service of the Lord may sometimes appear to go against the prescribed Vedic duties, actually it is not so. It is said, therefore, by Vaishnava authorities that even the most intelligent person cannot understand the plans and activities of a pure devotee. The exact words are Tandra, Vakya, Kriya, Mudra, Vijneha na Bujhaya, Chaitanya Charit Mantra, Madhya 23.39. A person who is thus always engaged in the service of the Lord or is always thinking and planning how to serve the Lord is to be considered completely liberated at present. And in the future, he's going back home, back to Godhead is guaranteed. He's above all materialistic criticism, just as Krishna is is above all criticism. Hare Krishna. Guji, you are muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was speaking and nobody was hearing me. I'm sorry. I was speaking to myself. I don't know. Okay, so in this purport, Prabhupada is explaining about the principle of Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means learning the science of how to connect everything to Krishna. Because everything belongs to Krishna. Everything in this world belongs to Krishna. We don't own anything. When we came to this world from the womb of our mother, we didn't come with anything. We came with, our fist was tied like this. We came with nothing. And when we are going to leave this world, we will leave with nothing. Nothing. You see? So we own nothing in this world. Everything we meet, we come across in this world, they all belong to Krishna. It is ignorant to start claiming them to be ours, you see? So that is why devotee learn the science of Yukta Vairagya. Because everything belongs to Krishna, it's my duty to utilize every Krishna's property in the service of Krishna. For example, if a devotee have a car, that car belongs to Krishna. He's just taking care of the car for Krishna. Because, yes, if you have a house, one side of your house, one center of your house, there's a temple, the temple should be there. In that sense, you are telling Krishna, Krishna, this is my house, belongs to you. So when you cook in that house, you offer it to Krishna first. You take care of Krishna in your house. You see, Krishna, this house belongs to you. When you buy clothes, you bring it, you offer it in front of your deity at home or in Krishna. Krishna, this clothes is for you, but you have given me to wear. Thank you very much. Please accept it and bless these clothes. So everything belongs to Krishna, but we learn the science of how to when Krishna gives us his property, we learn the science of how to utilize them in the service of Krishna. That is the principle, how to properly apply the principle of Yat Karosi, Yas Ashnasi, Yajuosi Dadasi Yat. Yat Tapasyasi Konte Yamad Guru Sodana Vipanam. That is how to apply that principle. So Krishna just saying in the next verse, in that verse, how to apply the first principle explained in the previous one. In this way, you will be free from the bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious result. With your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated. What's renunciation? Knowing that everything belongs to Krishna, I'm just a caretaker. Try to utilize everything in the service of Krishna. In this way, when you are in this kind of consciousness, you will never be attached to anything in this world, no matter how wonderful the thing may be. You will never be attached to anything. In that way, when you want to leave this world, you will just say, Krishna, I belong to you. Hare Krishna. Then you go back to Krishna. You see, the Prabhupada explained, yeah, devotee don't want to merge into Krishna. We are not impersonalists. Impersonalists are the one want to merge the existence. No, we will attain the planet of Krishna where we will serve Krishna with love and devotion. Like the way mentioned in the previous one, about offer me, if you offer me water leaf, I will accept if you offer it with pure consciousness, you see. So Krishna already explained about pure unalloyed devotional service. Here in the 2 verses, he's explaining about karma, jnana, and yoga mishra bhakti. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, we always see, he always give this alternative to everyone. Krishna is not a fanatic God. He gives opportunity to everyone. He knows that everybody will not be on the same platform of consciousness. So he gives us opportunity. Krishna knows that we are not all pure devotee. So because we are not pure devotee, okay, at least those who are not on that platform, they can engage in devotional service to Krishna. You see? So that is it. So any question or comment regarding what we have done so far? Somebody want to contribute to comments? No comments, no contribution, no question. Okay, let's continue. This verse is very nice, properly quoted from Nectar of Devotion. So let's continue to next verse. So 1 minute. Okay, let's go to 29. Then what Krishna said in 29, he says, 29, let's go. Samohan salvabhuteshu namedisho sina priyahar. Ye bajantia na tu man bhaktia, mayite deshu shapiyaham. See, so in this way, Krishna is trying to say, I am partial to anyone. I am equal to all. You see, Krishna, after explaining about pure devotional service in 26, 27 and 8, he explained about mixed devotion. There's a difference between mixed devotion and Sakama Bhakti. There's Nishkama Bhakti and Sakama Bhakti. Nishkama Bhakti means you are trying to connect your devotion to Krishna, but you are not desiring the result. Nishkama Bhakti. That is Nishkama Bhakti. Means whatever you have, you try to connect to Krishna. You are not enjoying the result. Sakama Bhakta, they are the ones who are serving with desire for their own self-enjoyment. That is their called Sakama Bhakta. But Nishkama Bhakta is the completely different. They are not desire, they are not attached to the result. They are not attached to the result. You see? So Sakama Bhakta, Krishna did not talk about Sakama Bhakta here, but he talk about pure devotion and Nishkama Bhakta. So here now is now reconfirming that I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I'm equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend. It's in me, and also a friend to him. So after talking about pure devotion, then talk about Nishkama Bhakta, that is Yoga Mishra Bhakta, Karma Mishra Bhakta, Jnana Mishra Bhakta. Then Krishna again comes here to talk, to say that, see, I'm equal to all. I envy no one. You see? But I love pure devotion more. If you engage in my pure devotion, you become very dear to me. You become my friend. You see? Okay, it's okay to engage in Nishkama Bhakta, no problem. But I appreciate more pure devotion. That's what Krishna is saying here. Okay, so let's read the purport.
I'll be reading.
Yes, please go ahead. Mata.
One may question here that if Krishna is equal to everyone and no one is his special friend, then why does he take a special interest in the devotees who are always engaged in his transcendental service? But this is not a discrimination, it is a natural. Any man in this material world may be very charitably disposed, yet he has a special interest in his own children. The Lord claims that every living entity in whatever form is his son, and so he provides everyone with a generous supply of necessities of life. He is just like a cloud which pours rain all over, regardless of whether it falls on a rock or land or a water. But for his devotees, he gives special attention. Such devotees are mentioned here. They are always in the Krishna consciousness, and therefore they are always transcendently situated in the Krishna. The very phrase Krishna consciousness suggests that those who are in such consciousness are living transcendentalist situated in him. The Lord says here distinctly, they are in me. Naturally, as a result, the Lord is also in them. This is reciprocal. This is also explains the words, Ye yata mam prapadyante tam tatpaya bhajami adaham. Whoever surrounds onto me proportionately, I take care of them. This transcendental reciprocation exists because both the Lord and the devotee are conscious. When a diamond is set in a gold ring, it looks very nice. The gold is glorified, and at the same time, the diamond is glorified. The Lord and the living entity eternally glitter, and when a living entity becomes inclined to the service of Supreme Lord, he looks like a gold. The Lord is a diamond, and so this combination is very nice. Living entities in a pure state are also called devotees. The Supreme Lord becomes the devotee of his devotees. If a reciprocal relationship is not present between the devotee and the Lord, then there is no personalist philosophy. In this impersonal philosophy, there is no reciprocation between the supreme and the living entity. But in the personalist philosophy, there is. The example is often given that the Lord is like a desire tree, and whatever um, one wants from this desire tree, the Lord supplies. But here is the explanation is more complete. The Lord here stated to be a partial to the devotees. This is the manifestation of the Lord's special mercy to the devotees. The Lord's reciprocation should not be considered to be under the law of karma. It belongs to the transcendental situation in which the Lord and his devotees function. Devotional service to the Lord is not an activity of his material world. It is a part of spiritual world where eternity, bliss, and the knowledge predominate.
What happened? Mata, you are muted. You finish?
Yes, Prabhuji, I finished.
Thank you very much. So, yeah, Krishna is saying, and Prabhupada put it very nicely. Krishna is like diamond, devoted like gold. When you put the gold in a diamond, when you put the diamond in a golden ring, become very special. You see? And Prabhupada mentioned very nicely here, a devotee in their pure state, a woman being in their pure state is called a devotee. So sometimes we call ourselves devotee. But unless we are pure devotee, we are not devotee actually. One time, one devotee was telling Prabhupada, you know, we are Vaishnava. And Prabhupada said, what? You say what? You know what it means to be a devotee? Devotee means pure devotee. Nishkama, there's no material desire. When you don't have any material desire again, then you are pure devotee of Krishna. As long as you have material desire, you are not a pure devotee. You see? So here, Krishna says, I am not partial. Just like Arjuna, you see, Krishna taking the chariot of Arjuna, right? You know what it means to ride the chariot, to be a charioteer? You do know what it means? On the battlefield, the charioteer will not say, go right, go left. No, he doesn't talk. They don't talk because he's focusing on the war. How can he talk? He will not tell the charioteer, go right, go left. He kicked the side of the body. He wants the charioteer to go. If you want the charioteer to go right, he kick him on the right side. If you want him to go left, he kick him on the left side. If you want him to go straight, he kick him on the in the middle. You see? So you can imagine, because the charioteer is sitting little below the the person right the warrior is sitting above the charioteer is sitting below. So every time it means that Arjuna will be kicking Krishna. See what it means to be a devotee, a pure devotee. Krishna is ready to serve you. See, that's why he says here, for my devotee, I'm special. I'm a friend, and you know. So in this way, let's look at this verse again. It's a very, very, very nice verse. We have to go deeper into the verse, actually. Here, God is saying, let's look at the verse again. He says, I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I'm equal to all. So now you may ask the question, if Krishna is equal to all, he envy no one, then why some people are suffering and some people are enjoying? Someone may ask the question, if God is not partial, is equal to all, then why some people are enjoying and some people are suffering in this world? The suffering and enjoyment of this world is not the work of God. My heart yasena prakriti suyate sacharan charam. That is the work of Maya. Krishna has given her the duty of taking care of the material world. That is why in that way, in that aspect, Krishna is equal to all. He doesn't tamper with anyone's karma. But here Krishna says, but anyone who render devotion to me, I become partial to that person. Even though it's indifferent to everyone. But once you render pure devotion to Krishna, Krishna acts partially to you. That is the special privilege that the devotees of Krishna get from, why many people today, their camera is off? What is going on? So that is the special mercy that we get when we become pure devotee of Krishna. We become special to Krishna. You see? So that is why we want to become pure devotee, because it is mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion. I will just quickly open it. It's a very nice chapter in the beginning of the Nectar of Devotion itself. Srila Rupa Goswami explains the characteristic of pure devotional service. When you say pure devotee, pure devotional service, there are 6 major characteristics once you start engaging in pure devotional service. 6 major. Number 1, pure devotional service brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. Immediate relief. Pure devotional service brings immediate relief from all material distress. Number 2, pure devotional service is the beginning of all auspiciousness. Once you engage in pure devotional service, your life becomes auspicious. There's nothing like inauspiciousness in your life again. Number 3, pure devotional service automatically puts one in the transcendental pleasure. You cannot be engaging in pure devotional service and say you are not happy. Susu kam karutuma vyayam. You see? Then number 4, pure devotional service is really achieved. That is it. Pure devotional service is really achieved. It's not easy to get pure devotional service. Why? Then number 5 said the reason, and number 6, those in pure devotional service derive even conception of liberation. And number 6, pure devotional service is the only means to attract Krishna. Because when you start engaging in pure devotional service, then you attract Krishna. I was listening to one audio a devotee sent on our platform where Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj was discussing about his book distribution strategy with Srila Prabhupada. In that audio, you can just see how Prabhupada was very happy and lively. And at the end of that conversation, Srila Prabhupada told him, when you go out and give this knowledge to others, distribute these books, you become very quickly recognized by Krishna. And Prabhupada quoted a verse in Bhagavad Gita What is that verse? Where Krishna mentioned that a devotee will talk about this knowledge to me, about me to the other to devotee, is very dear to me. Guyatamam. I've forgotten that verse in chapter 18. Okay? Somebody remind me if you remember it. You see? So if you want to be dear to Krishna, Prabhupada was telling him that you become quickly recognized by Krishna when you share this knowledge with others. Because it's easy for us to be very comfortable in our comfort zone. But when like today we went to the Mall of Asia, and we're seeing everyone in that mall going here and there, and everybody was busy doing what? Trying to gratify their senses. When you give them Krishna consciousness, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. See, I don't want this. You see? So I was just laughing in my mind. I was saying, Krishna, give them this, your mercy, because many of them are suffering, but they don't want to take the medicine that will help their life. You see? So pure devotional service, it relieves one from miseries immediately when you engage in pure devotional service, when you engage. You see? So pure devotional service is really achieved because that is the only way you can attract Krishna. And pure devotional service is Srimati Radharani personified. And that is why Srimati Radharani is the only one who attracts Krishna. She's called Madana Mohana Mohini. You see? So that is a benefit of engaging in pure devotional service. So Prabhupada mentioned the purport. When one is in the pure state of consciousness, one is a devotee of Krishna. Then in test 30, let's listen to what Krishna will say. After he has mentioned how is very dear to those who render him service, then in test 30 he say, I know it's not easy to engage in pure devotional service. So a one who is engaging in pure devotional service may encounter danger in this world, but no one should criticize or, deride such devotees. And that is why he say, Krishna mentioned in Sati, Apishe Suduracharo Bhajantima Manaya Bak. Sadhu Eva Samatavya Samyak Vyavasito Saha. Krishna say, even if one commit the most abominable action, if he's engaged in devotional service to be considered saintly because he's properly situated in his determination. So here Krishna is telling us that how powerful and special the pure devotional service is. Sometimes due to our karma, because we all have karma, that is why we are all different, our faces are different, our body are different because of our different karma. So sometimes due to one's karma, one may encounter, fall down, or challenges on the part of devotional service. And that's like Krishna mentioned here, even if one commit the most abominable action, if you still engage in devotional service, to be considered saintly because it's properly situated in determination. Let's read the purport. Purport explained very nicely. Someone want to read?
I'll read, Prabhu.
Yes, please.
Okay, purport. The word suduracharaha used in this verse is very significant, and we should understand it properly. When a living entity is conditioned, he has two kinds of activities. One is conditional, and the other is constitutional. As for protecting the body or abiding by the rules of society and state, certainly there are different activities, even for the devotees, in connection with a conditional life, and such activities are called conditional. Besides these, the living entity who is fully conscious of his spiritual nature and is engaged in Krishna consciousness or the devotional service of the Lord, has activities which are called transcendental. Such activities are performed in his constitutional position, and they are technically called devotional service. Now, in the conditioned state, sometimes devotional service and the conditioned service in relation to the body will parallel one another. one another. But then again, sometimes these activities become opposed to one another. As far as possible, a devotee is very cautious so that he does not do anything that could disrupt his wholesome condition. He knows that perfection in his activities depends on his progressive realization of Krishna consciousness. Sometimes, however, it may be seen that a person in Krishna consciousness commits some act which may be taken as most abominable socially or politically, but such a temporary fall down does not disqualify him. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that if a person falls down but is wholeheartedly engaged in the transcendental service of the Supreme Lord, the Lord, being situated within his heart, purifies him and excuses him from that abomination. The material contamination is so strong that even a yogi, fully engaged in the service of the Lord, sometimes becomes ensnared. But Krishna consciousness is so strong that such an occasional fall down is at once rectified. Therefore, the process of devotional service is always a success. No one should deride a devotee for some accidental fall down from the ideal path. For, as explained in the next verse, such occasional fall downs will be stopped in due course as soon as a devotee is completely situated in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, a person who is situated in Krishna consciousness and is engaged with determination in the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, should be considered to be in the transcendental position, even if by chance or accident he is found to have fallen. The words Sadur Eva, he is saintly, are very emphatic. They are a warning to the non-devotees that because of an accidental fall down, a devotee should not be derided. He should still be considered saintly, even if he has accidentally fallen down. And the word mantavyaha is still more emphatic. If one does not follow this rule and derides a devotee for his accidental fall down, then one is disobeying the order of the Supreme Lord. The only qualification of a devotee is to be unflinchingly and exclusively engaged in devotional service. In the Narasimha Purana, the following statement is given. Bhagavati cha haravananya cheta Birisha malinopi virajati manashaha nahi shasha kalusha chabihi kadachit timira parabhavatam upaidi chandraha. The meaning is that even if one fully engaged in the devotional service of the Lord is sometimes found engaged in abominable activities, these activities should be considered to be like the spots that resemble the mark of a rabbit on the moon. Such spots do not become an impediment to the diffusion of the moonlight. Similarly, the accidental fall down of a devotee from the path of saintly character does not make him abominable. On the other hand, one should not misunderstand that a devotee in transcendental devotional service can act in all kinds of abominable ways. This verse only refers to an accident due to the strong power of material connections. Devotional service is more or less a declaration of war against the illusory energy. As long as one is not strong enough to fight the illusory energy, there may be accidental fall downs. But when one is strong enough, he is no longer subjected to such fall downs, as previously explained. No one should take advantage of this verse and commit nonsense and think that he is still a devotee. If he does not improve in his character by devotional service, then it is to be understood that he is not a high devotee. Hare Krishna.
I love the way Prabhupada ended the chapter, the purport. You see? So, very wonderful, very nice, you know. So this verse, Prabhupada started by saying, we all have two natures. What is our two natures? Does somebody want to say it?
Constitutional and conditional.
Yes, conditional and constitutional. Thank you very much for me. Yeah. So conditional means based on the body we have, we are conditioned in a particular way. Our constitutional nature is the nature of the soul to serve Krishna. But because of our conditional nature, based on the body we have, sometimes accidental fall down may happen. That's what Prabhupada is trying to explain to us. You see, because we all have, the body is the result of our karma. So something happens sometime. You see, so but Prabhupada again warned towards the end that one should not take advantage of this verse and do abominable things. Means if you find yourself always falling down, just know that you are not a high-class devotee. Very simple, very nice. The way Papa ended it. Sometimes people, they try to use, take shelter of this verse and still act as if they are very high devotee. Krishna said that, even though if a devotee commit abominable, it's still saintly. No, you don't put yourself where you don't belong. You see, so if you as falling down and you cannot raise yourself to the standard, you just know that you're a low-class devotee and accept your position and be humble. Don't post yourself as a very pure devotee. It's very simple. You see? So this verse is to show us the power of pure devotional service. We just need to remain in the fire of pure devotional service. All our anarthas, all our conditional nature will go at a point. We should not see, I've seen devotees, there are some devotees, they cannot chant, they are not chanting. You know why they cannot chant? Because they know that they are committing sin. So they are thinking, oh, because I'm committing sin, I don't want to chant. Hey, my brother, my sister, you are committing sin and you don't want to chant the thing that will purify you from your sin. Then what is going to purify you? What is going to deliver you from your problem? You see? Yeah? You know that you are falling down. Because you are falling down, you don't want to, because I'm dirty, I don't want to take bath. Oh, then how are you going to get clean? Because the more you take bath, the more you become clean. So the more we engage in devotional service, even sometimes when we find ourselves falling, the more we try to engage in devotional service, the more then we become purified. Then at a particular time, we become purified, then we don't fall again. This is very, very important for all the devotees to take notes. That sometimes, due to our conditional nature, we face challenges in the spiritual life. But we should not do because of our challenges, give up devotional life. Then we are defeated. Any question or comments?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah, in this verse, there is one Sanskrit word here. It's called Ananya Bhak.
Yeah.
So Ananya Bhak means no deviation.
Yeah.
It's also mentioned in other verses like Ananyas Chintuyantamam.
Yes.
922. So and there Prabhupada says, worshipping me with exclusive devotion.
Yeah.
So that is the point, that it has to be, how to say, Ananya Bhak, it means like without deviation, that our only interest is to serve Krishna. If it's like that, then if there is occasional fall down, then that is, how to say, overlooked by Krishna. But it has to be like, doing our level-headed best to completely surrender to Krishna, or to completely engage without deviation, or exclusively worshipping Krishna or serving Krishna. Then there is some give and take. If we do something wrong or we commit some mistake or error. Anyway.
Yes, Prabhu. Very good. Thank you.
Just wanted to share that.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, like you said, pointing out to that with that word, Ananya Bhak, it's more or less like saying, Krishna started the verse by saying, appreciate Sudara Charo. Appreciate my devotees. Sudara Charo. What is he saying? Apiche Sudra, one committing the most abominable, a devotee who commits a most abominable, but he's still worshiping me. Sadhu Eva is a sadhu, Matabia is a sadhu. He should be considered to be a sadhu. Samya Vyaviso is aha. You know, because why? Completely situated in determination. You see? So if you translate it line by line, you can understand it. Apishe Sudra Charo, my devotee who is found falling, Pajantem and I am back, but still engaging in my devotion. Sadhu Eva Matavia is a sadhu. You see, it's a saint. So it's a very nice verse actually. And Prabhupada said towards the end, we should not take advantage of the verse. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that there are some times, like sometimes you see some science, they fall down. And you see devotee, they will start using that as a means, you know, making propaganda. Hey, see, think, see, always pretending like it's a pure devotee. See this. So this Krishna is using this to warn those such devotees who like to make such propaganda. I remember one time when I was living in Mayapur. So there was one devotee, is a Grihasta, was serving in Mayapur that time. So one day he just come into his office. Babu, come here. I was thinking he wants to tell me something very wonderful. Babu, have you heard? Oh, they say another Sanyasi has fallen down. Another Sanyasi has, and then I say, Babu, and then what? Hey, he has fallen down. And then what, Babu? It's not easy in this material world, Babu, to face Maya. It's not easy. So if somebody has fallen down, then he has tried. He has tried his best. It's not easy to face Maya. Proper mention in the purport, he says, declaring war. Where did he mention it? Let me read it. It says, like, we are declaring war against Maya. Where is it? Somebody found
Paragraph. Devotional service is more or less a declaration of war against the illusory energy.
Very good. Where did you mention that? I was looking for it, actually.
Paragraph, last paragraph, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you very much.
Second sentence.
Yeah, thank you very much. The devotional service is more or less a declaration of war against illusory. So if you are declaring war against someone, the person is not going to just lie down and be watching you. He's going to make all kind of tactics. And that is why taking vow to chant our rounds is very, very important. Actually, Srila Haridas Thakur shows the importance of taking vow, of chanting the holy name of Krishna. Once you're able to take vow and chant your prescribed number of rounds, it will be very difficult for you, Maya, to be able to win the war against you. Haridas Thakur was chanting a particular number of rounds every day. Maya herself came to test Haridas Thakur. Like, Haridas, I'm here to satisfy you. It is mentioned that Maya sat in front of Haridas Thakur, show all kind of feminine posture. When a woman wants to seduce you, you know how they behave. They sit down in a way to make you uncomfortable. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Maya sit down and in a way to seduce Haridas Thakur. And Chaitanya Charitamrita says that all our feminine posture he was showing to Haridas Thakur was like a crying of animal in the forest. It was not affecting Haridas because Haridas has taken a vow to chant a prescribed number of rounds every day. So he told her, unless I finish my number of rounds, when I finish my number of rounds, I will satisfy you. Don't worry, just allow me to finish my number of rounds. The Haridas was chanting. By the time we finish his round, already daybreak. Oh, I'm very sorry. You come tomorrow. Surely I will satisfy you tomorrow. I'm very, very sorry. Then the following day, she came again. Haridas was still chanting. He said, today, I'm almost finished my rounds. When I finish, I will satisfy you. Haridas chanted until night. until the third day. Then Maya herself revealed herself. He said, I am Maya Devi, the servant of Krishna. You know, I can see you have become very attached to chanting the name of Krishna. My Lord Shiva has initiated me into chanting the name of Lord Ram. Now, please, now I want you to initiate me into chanting the name of Krishna. See, like that. So you can see. So if we want to overcome Maya, we have to finish our rounds every day. Prescribed number of rounds. If you are able to finish your rounds every day, then it will be very, very difficult for Maya to open the door. You see, because every day Maya is always knocking at our door. Hey, Aribo, I'm here. Don't say yes. If you say yes, she will enter. Say, who is that? She will tell you, I'm Maya Devi. Oh, stay there. Wait, I have to finish my rounds. Okay, I'm waiting here. Then you chant your rounds. By the time you finish your rounds, she will go on herself. By herself, she will leave. She will leave the door. But if you don't finish your number of rounds, she will knock. Who is there? Yes, I'm Maya Devi. Oh, why do you want to finish your rounds? I'm here to help you, to satisfy you. Okay, I will finish tomorrow. Please come in now. You already failed for that day. So even though if you fail for that day, that does not mean tomorrow you should not continue. You should continue. We should never stop. Even though sometimes we try to control our senses. No, today I will not eat sweet. I will not eat sweet. Then you find yourself eating sweet. That does not mean you should kill yourself. Just tell yourself, okay, today I'm eating sweets. Tomorrow I will try again. You see? So every day is opportunity for us to overcome this war against Maya. So it's very, very important to take note of this. Any question or comment? We have 4 minutes more.
I have this. I've heard of this from someone. It's not a gossip or a rumor, but I think it's about when a sannyasi or a really pure devotee does something, the low devotees, let's just say the one who are like ordinary, they follow that high level devotee, and then they would do worse. For example, I've heard of this from Prabhu's. I mean, I'm not like I'm not in the I'm not part of the conversation, but I can hear them talking. So I am overhearing that once Srila Prabhupada, I think he was taking like soft drinks, was drinking soft drinks, right? Was it Mountain Dew or Sprite? I'm not sure. So other devotees have heard of this, and they wanna like imitate him. So they also drank soft drinks, and even worse, they would drink soft drinks with caffeine, like Coke and other soft drinks that has caffeine, and it even worsened into like energy drinks. So right, they follow something from a higher level devotee, and then they would do even worse afterwards. So is that how it is?
It's natural that we want to follow the acharya, like Prabhupada. Prabhupada take soft drink, everybody want to take soft drink. Yeah. You see, it's like that. But that does not mean, you see, one thing about following acharya is that we have to follow with our intelligence. Just like the follower of Lord Shiva, they take ganja and all kind of drugs. But they are forgetting that Lord Shiva have taken poison. They will not take poison, you see. You see, Lord Shiva took poison, but they will not take poison, but they want to imitate other ways. So we have to be very careful as a devotee to know when to imitate and when to follow. It's always best for us to follow in the instruction. And that way we will be safe from Maya. Okay?
I'm thinking, Prabhu, like when it comes to soft drinks, although it's not really, it doesn't hurt, right, if you drink Sprite or Mountain Dew, all of those things like Royal, but they are kind of like your gateway to drinking more soft drinks, right? It's like a gateway drug. So just don't start. Just don't start.
Yeah, you see, soft drinks, I call them sweet poison. You see? I call them sweet poison. So when you take soft drink, what you are doing is that you are poisoning your system with sugar. And the more you poison yourself with sugar, your system with sugar, too much sugar in the cell is called cancer. Too much sugar in the brain is called what do you call that sickness of forgetfulness? When you forget, you easily forget.
Alzheimer's.
Yes. Too much sugar in the bone is called leukemia. Too much sugar. So too much sugar in the system actually brings all kinds of diseases in the body. So those who take carbonated water, or like unrestrictedly, they are just creating problem for themselves. They are creating suffering for themselves. Just because you cannot control your tongue now, you are going to suffer so much pain in the future. So it is said there are two kinds of pains in this world. The pain of restraint and the pain of regret. You have to choose wisely. Do you want to choose the pain of restraint or the pain of regret? Because when you restrain yourself, it's painful. Oh, I don't want to do this. It's painful. You feel like pain when you restrain yourself. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. And when you let yourself loose and you do that activity, at the end, you start regretting. Oh, why did I do that? That is another pain also. So you have to choose your pain wisely, So it's always good as a devotee to choose the pain of restraint, to control the senses, to restrain the senses so that in the future, we will not suffer unnecessarily. Okay. So it's already 8 o'clock. Chitan Chandra, you want to say something? Then we can end it.
Yeah, there's a nice statement in Light of the Bhagavad, one of Prabhupada's books, based on the 10th canto, the description of autumn. And then Prabhupada writes, a person fixed in spiritual knowledge will not be attracted by the allurement of material nature in the form of beautiful women and the sex pleasure that is enjoyed in their association. One, however, who is still immature in the cultivation of spiritual knowledge may be attracted at any moment by the illusion of temporary happiness. Just as the ocean is agitated by the rushing rivers and blowing wind that occur during the rainy season. It is therefore very important to fix oneself at the lotus feet of a bona fide spiritual master who is a representative of God, so that one will not be carried away by a sex agitation.
Very good.
I thought it was amazing.
Thank you very much. So,
amazing, description there in the purport.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So when we focus our mind on Krishna, chanting our rounds every day, reading about Krishna, it will be very difficult for us to fall into Maya. When we don't chant our rounds and we don't read, then easy for us for Maya to take advantage of. So very easy. We will not know when you even be entering the Maya kingdom. It will look as everything is okay. You will just find yourself in a trap. So very, very important. Let's take note of this. And hold on tight to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have holiday for 2 days. Tomorrow and the next is our public holiday. See you all on the New Year day. Enjoy your holiday and remain Krishna conscious, Krishna materials too. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So happy New Year in advance. So see you in 2025. See you in 2025. Hare Krishna. Bye.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.